What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy Trev. I haven't been paying a lot of attention to Luna Classic governance, but I'm trying to pay a little attention to what's going on. And I just kind of popped on to ping.pub. I was looking through what was going on right now, what was recently passed or rejected or whatever. And I found the one that was rejected a couple days ago. And honestly, this video is so that maybe y'all can educate me because I can't find any more information on this. Let me take you over here for a second. So this was proposal 12134, establish a LUNC maintenance and review team. Since, what was it, 12033, I think, was the KYC. Implementing KYC for all L1 developers. Since then, we've tried to remove that. We've tried to do all kind of things to let people who do not wish to KYC, however, who, are capable of contributing quite efficiently. We've tried to do things to make it easier for them to do it. And so one of the ideas that came up that I had seen was, maybe we have a team who is KYC'd who will be responsible, I guess, for those who are not KYC'd, who would submit code or whatever. They would review it. They would audit it in a sense and give it the stamp of approval and then go through it. But I mean, they would bear the brunt for anything because that would be their job. That seems to kind of be what this was. And if you're not familiar with it, because not everybody reads this stuff, let me go to it. The full proposal is here. So I'll just go on that. Is my picture in the way here? Somewhat, but no, I think we're good. Okay. So this proposal aims to set up a maintenance and review team. The team will focus on reviewing the work of external PPJ teams, pay-per-job teams, ensuring that the LUNC codebase remains safe, consistent, and sustainable over the long term. The team will also handle essential maintenance and support tasks. So this team was supposed to be more than just a review team for those who aren't KYC'd. They're trying to give them a little broader responsibilities, I guess. Rationale. So the reason that they want to do this, the first PPJ team, Genuine Labs, has already delivered significant contributions to the LUNC project. However, their work still requires thorough review, testing, and validation by independent reviewers outside of Genuine Labs. These reviewers must possess the necessary skills and a deep familiarity with the LUNC codebase to carry out this critical task effectively. As various PPJ teams, such as Genuine Labs, tackle different aspects of the project, the establishment of an internal team of maintainers and reviewers will be vital to coordinate with the PPJ teams, review and validate contributions, keep the community informed, and maintain transparency over progress, maintain the codebase. Justification. Recently, individuals like Strath and Frag have been unofficially handling the maintenance and review tasks, but without a formal structure, this hasn't been as effective as it could be and effectively translates into each upgrade by Genuine Labs carrying some risk since there's no formal reviewer. Strath and Frag, I guess, have been taking on this role as much as they can, but they do have other responsibilities. This isn't their sole job, and I don't believe they get paid anything for doing the amount that they do. So this seeked to formalize it in some way and make it a dedicated job for someone. Okay. This proposal doesn't introduce anything new, but formalizes what's always been happening behind the scenes. Formalizing it will make the process more efficient, allowing the process to progress faster and with greater security. Additionally, having this team in place ensures that multiple PPJ teams can work simultaneously without interruptions, providing seamless coordination and support. So, and there's more, but so I'm wondering why this thing didn't pass. And I'm wondering if maybe it had something to do with, I mean, is this a little too close to a centralized unit for some people? Is this giving one particular group maybe more power than what some people are comfortable with? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the objections were. And normally there would be a way for me to figure that out, but I'm going to show you why I can't. Proposed organization. Team composition. The team will initially start without members. You can't have a team with no members. I don't really understand that. Ensuring a clean slate for community-driven selection. Members will be elected individually through governance votes, reinforcing community control and maintaining decentralization. I find this to be extremely vague, very, very short on specifics. How does that vote happen exactly? Everything about the vote. How does it happen? How do people put their name up to be voted on? Is it the person with the most votes? Is it how exactly does that happen? So very, very short on detail. Could that have been part of why this was turned down? Because it just isn't precise enough. Members must be knowledgeable about the Terra Classic code base, or demonstrate willingness and ability to become familiar with it. Okay. I mean, who determines how knowledgeable they are or whatever? I guess if you say that you're knowledgeable and you want to raise your hand to be part of this team, and then the community makes a decision whether they think that you're qualified or not. I guess that was the idea. Not enough specifics. Members are expected to uphold high ethical standards. According to who? Whose ethical standards? Who sets these standards? What is the code of contact? Who writes that out? Who approves it? Details. No details. I can't see how, because of that alone, I can't see how this would have passed. Not bad ideas, but how do you accomplish them? How do you make sure that they're adhered to? As the team serves as a critical and unique organ of the project, with the community relying on it to fairly assess the work delivered by PPJ teams. Compensation, if requested, and payment schedules, monthly, every 2 months, for each member will be determined on a case-by-case basis and detailed in the election proposal. It would have been nice to detail it here because I'm not sure what that means. Case-by-case basis. Is that each individual person gets a different fee? Is it every time they give you an opinion on something they get paid? I no specifics. A spending proposal for each member will be posted on the first day of the month, covering their compensation for the previous period. Removal of team members will also be conducted through governance vote. How? Who determines when somebody needs to be removed? What determines whether they need to be removed? How often can you vote these people out? Can we have votes every other day, every week, every month to determine who needs to go and who doesn't? That sounds like chaos to me without more of a structure. Because you know how it is. It's a matter of popularity. You've got people that are in there that got voted in there, and then now you're fighting with governance votes every other day about, no, we want that person out of there. We want this person in there. No, you can't pass something like this. Team tasks. Review, maintain. Review what? Maintain what? Coordinate the teams. Again, centralized. That's a centralized unit. If you're coordinating, if everybody's going to come through you, that's centralizing, right? Report to the community. Okay. Voting options, yes, no, abstain. Okay. So, I'm not sure what the objections are. I figured, well, the way to do it, I'm sure that this was discussed on Commonwealth maybe for a while. I missed it, right? But maybe I could go back and I could read some of the comments and find out what is it exactly people are objecting about. Because the turnout, almost 40%, almost 30%, 29% said yes, 64% said no. There were barely any no with vetoes. So it's not like people thought that this was some sort of scam or they had any animosity toward the person who or people or whoever who submitted this. They just didn't think it was a good idea. So why don't they think it's a good idea? Well, let's go to Commonwealth and find out. So when I click on it and try to go to Commonwealth, this is what I get. Sorry, Mike. I don't know what my computer's running slow because I got too much shit open. Thread not found. So what happened? I'm sure there was a thread, right? I'm sure that this had been discussed. I hope this had been discussed. There was a link to the thread, so it must have been there at one time. So what happened? Did it not pass? And so the people who submitted it just deleted the whole damn thread, said, well, screw you guys, you know what I mean? If you're not going to, right? They didn't even want it to be on Commonwealth anymore. I'm not sure what happened. And so this is why I'm making this video. I'm curious. Now, why am I curious after the fact? Who cares? It didn't pass, right? I'm curious after the fact because this bears some similarity, very, very little, but some similarity to something that I've been talking about for a while, and that is some sort of steering committee, whatever, okay? And, you know, I talk about it, and then, you know, I get some feedback, and I don't have, you know, I don't do this all day long like some of you guys do. I've got, you know, a whole nother job that I do, and I'm here as much as I can, but that's really not a lot. So to say that I can really push those ideas, because a lot of people seem to really enjoy the idea. Some people didn't, but some did. But to have the time to really push it like every day and really get it through, it's not easy for me. I kind of put the idea out there, and I was hoping maybe some other people would kind of grab hold of it and maybe work together with me or whatever. Actually, some people had... I don't want to mention the name, but somebody had actually offered to help me put the proposal together and get it up. But anyway, I'm curious because this does have some sort of similarities. So if the reason that this was like, no, we don't want that, if the reason was because it's too centralized and this chain still, at this point, even though we watch these proposals come up and get passed and then another proposal come down and knock it down, even though we still watch the factions kind of battle back and forth, you know, who's got the loudest megahorn to get their point across, even though we still clearly see that we don't all agree on things, is it true that the majority of the community are still not able to get past this 100% decentralization thing that clearly has not worked for 3 years now? Is it true that they're not able to get past that, and that we will never, ever have any kind of leadership or anybody, any team or whatever to actually keep us on one path, regardless of what I propose or anybody else proposes? Is it true that we'll just never have that because the community just doesn't understand and will never? If you don't understand after 3 years that doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is insanity, then maybe you'll never understand that. So I'm curious as to what the reasons were that this didn't pass. Maybe it just had to do with what I was saying. Maybe if it were structured better, if there were a lot more details on how exactly we could accomplish these things while still maintaining, you know, a level of decentralization and community control, maybe it would have done a little better. I don't know. So I'm relying on you maybe to get up in the comment section and give me an idea. If you voted no for this, why did you vote no for it? If you were able to actually see this discussion on Commonwealth before it went down, what were the objections? What was everyone kind of saying no about? I'm curious because that really will help me to determine how much or what direction I go in the future as far as pushing this steering committee kind of idea, which I'm sorry, I just think is absolutely essential to the progress, to progress or to push forward Terra Classic. in one direction and not be doing this all the time. I think it's essential. And, you know, some of you might not think so, but I haven't heard any really good ideas why. why you don't like it or why it wouldn't work. And I think that the majority of the reasons why people don't want that is because they like the idea of being able to do whatever they want when they want, trying to push their ideas and not being policed. Because when you're not policed, you can get away with a lot of shit. Plain and simple. And unfortunately, a lot of the people who vote, the validators, stuff like that, a lot of them are the ones who want to be able to get away with shit. And so they'll never put something like that in place. They'll just keep doing what they can do to keep this chain alive to the point where they're making money. But do they really care about the actual end user, about the investor, me and you, who want our investments to actually grow at some point? That'd be nice, right? Is everybody just waiting for the repeg? We're not going to do shit until it repegs. If it never repegs, then we'll just leave it the way it is. But if it repegs, we don't need anything else. It'll just fly. I mean, is that the mentality? I don't know. Let me know if you can in the comment section. I would really appreciate it. Okay, enough of that. I went out today and I made myself some gear, and I'm gonna show it to you if you didn't already see it. This is on my North Face, and we've got the Lunk, the Terra Classic swirl with the bird, my face in the background, and JP baby, Juris Protocol. This thing is really going to start going crazy very, very soon. So there was no merch, so I made my own merch. And, you know, I wear it when I do my videos or whatever. I just like to have it. Also, I wear it out in public because I've made things like this before for other projects, and I wear it out in public and people ask me, what is that? And it gives me an opportunity to be able to have the discussion with them. Now, unfortunately, the majority of the people that ask don't know a damn thing about crypto. But I don't care if one person out there asks me, hey, what is that? And I tell them, well, it's a cryptocurrency project with lending and borrowing, and it's on the Terra Classic network. And maybe somebody will say, oh, Terra Classic, wasn't that Terra Luna? Didn't that crash? And maybe that'll start a conversation, right? So I don't mind spending the money to do it. Now, it's getting a little warm in here. Hold on. Let's take this off for a second. Just get down to my t-shirt, you know. This nice t-shirt that says Juris Protocol, Terra Classic Blockchain. Made this, designed it. Some of this was already done. I added some things to it, right, and kind of spruced it up. You know, this is what I did. And then on the back, boom, boom, right? They're just, you know, it's a piece where people can say, hey, what is that? What does that mean? And then I can have the conversation with them. So I encourage you to do the same thing. Like I said, if these guys aren't going to put out merch, I'll make my own damn merch. All right, y'all. Yeah, hit the like button for me if you could, and leave some comments in the comment section. Tell me what's going on with this. Give me some opinions on this, on the thing that I'm been continuously proposing. Let me know how you feel about it. All right, talk to you later. Ciao.